So I consider Reiki to be a gateway to understanding the metaphysics and the spiritual of the universe. What I mean by that is when you go into this type of training and initiation, you're not just learning about the energetics of the individual or the self. You also begin to understand and acknowledge the energetics of everything around you. That includes animals and plants and even the entire universe at large. When you learn about the energetics of everything outside of the self, you become more attuned and aware of how energy actually works and how it actually affects you and your surroundings, and why it is so important to be aware of how you come in energetically to a space prepared versus coming into a space unprepared, and what that means energetically for leaking energy or scattering your energy. When we become aware of energy all around us outside of the self, it helps us to determine how to use our energy in the right way. And what I mean by that is if you notice somebody in the space or the room who is not energetically coherent or aligned to themselves, you can get pulled into that energetically, because when you are unconscious of your own energy, others can use that also unconsciously to drain you of your sacred life force energy. The reason I feel that Reiki is the gateway to understanding the metaphysics of energy, both for the self and for the world around us, is because we become aware of the flow of energy, the natural rhythm of energy, and it also helps us to become more aware of how energy flows and stagnates and even could be stopped. As you transform in your understanding to the way that energy works for the self, you become more aware of what it looks like when the energy in the self is stagnant or blocked. And this is important because when we are carrying unprocessed emotions or traumas in the body, it has to go through a series of energetic fields that are around us, also known as the energetic body, before it imprints and impacts the physical body. So if you're wondering how you can remove and be more in a flow state in your body and how to process emotions more regularly and with ease, it is first to quiet the mind. And this is why so much of the science that is being shared right now is gravitating towards meditation and conscious breathing or breath work, because when we keep playing life out in a way where we are unconscious and just following routine and following habits, it can get stuck in the body and in the energetic body. So when we take that opportunity and window of time to sit down and come back to our breath, then the mind and heart coherence can become amplified and can become more clear, which will help us to process some of the stagnant or blocked energies within our own personal field. So ways to move blocked energies from the body, or how to help our bodies come back into a natural rhythm of flow, is by taking the time and the opportunity to sit and meditate and or come back to our breath in a space that is not distracting or that doesn't have overstimulating effects to our senses, like our hearing and our sight. And this is important because most people do not know how to move this kind of energy from the body. If you don't know how to process or how to become more in flow with these energies that may be stuck in your energetic body, it can get stuck and eventually permeate through the energetic field into our physical bodies, which creates dis-ease. And dis-ease is the indicator, or as the word suggests, it is the movement of energy that is not in ease, which creates dis-ease in the body or disease. So when we take the time to observe ourself and come into an observation state of maybe something that you are sitting with that might just be at the forefront of your awareness, or it could be a situation that just happened moments ago, it can get stuck in the body. And the way to acknowledge and clear this energy from the breathing and from a moment of turning within and coming into an observative state is to then process the emotion without judgment. And the best way to observe the emotion is to just have it play out. Is there something that you feel you could have done differently? And not from a state of being reactive, but in a way that honors yourself. It's an opportunity for you to observe if that could have been the opportunity for you to open your throat chakra and speak your truth. Or on the opposite side of that, if you have an overactive throat chakra and speaking too much, it could be an opportunity for you to go within and observe how it made you feel. And this is important because as we're observing the emotion that is maybe lingering in the forefront of our mind, it gives us the opportunity to look at it without judgment, and also to not offer it any suggestions or trying to fix it. We need to just accept it the way it is. And maybe it's an opportunity to reflect on self-forgiveness or forgiveness of others. And how to transmute that emotion is finding the peace. And that is peace of self, peace of mind, and peace of heart that maybe allows you to offer yourself compassion for having been a witness or someone on the receiving end of having this happen to them. And when you can come into a compassionate state, it is important to always offer that firstly to yourself, because that is where the transformation of this energy can transmute, is that you need to identify and recognize where you might have abandoned yourself and where you could have given yourself a little bit more self-compassion or self-love to maybe be in your power or to allow the experience to unfold in a way that is compassionate. So ultimately, offering yourself and the event or situation that might be in your field causing some kind of dis-ease or flow or stagnation in the body helps to allow the energy to flow again. And it may take more than just acknowledging one experience that may have happened that is making you feel a little bit more liberated in maybe where you're feeling the dis-ease, but rather to allow the compassion for yourself to go deeper, to allow the energy to unfold more naturally if there are more layers to the energetic blockages, or allowing the flow to be more in ease.